Now let's come up, moving up for a next position. In the next posture, you're going to lift the legs even more higher than before. Okay, so I'll keep it very simple and eventually we will build this up to more difficult ones. The position starts by keeping the chin on the mat. Insert your hands under your thighs. Very simple. First part is to simply lift both of your legs with one strong inhalation. Inhale strongly and just lift both your legs up. You will be holding your breath, okay, once you're already up. And release slowly. That is your practice. You could repeat the same practice for 3 times. Okay, this is really beneficial when you work it. I'll show you one more time, so we can practice one more time, and then I'll show you another variation. And bring it down. So basically you hold the position only as high as you want to, okay, or as long as high as it allows you to. And it really depends on individual practice, okay? How long you can hold your breath, you hold the position. Now the last position requires a little bit of rhythmic movement. The idea, we want to do the next position so that one day you could do a full posture. We're not going to show you today, we're not going to do it today, but we're going to practice, okay? So, like this. And you ready? You're going to bend your legs at your knees at this point and simply swing your legs. Take a look. Right from here, keep the chin down and keep swinging the legs up about 5 to 6 times. And release everything down. Bring your hands under and relax. The last position is not a mandatory position, okay? It is really up to you how you want to build up. But if you're just starting out, you don't want to do it so quickly. Just stay with the simple options. Just keep your legs straight, swing them nice and high, and see how high you can get it. Once you get the height, once you feel like it can't go any further, then you can work with the last option. I like to give you options so that, you know, whoever is watching this, you have different levels and different abilities to perform things. So based on that, let's relax. Now is the last position. None of these practices should really cause any pain in your back. You should already feel stronger in these practices. Okay, let's try the final position. If you already have severe back pain, this is not good for you anyway. So let's keep your legs separate, a little bit wider than your hips, and put your hands close to the bottom of your rib cage. Let's find out where is your rib cage. Put your hands right there. Again, we're not looking for perfection, only a practice. So, right, want to make sure it's not slippery, making sure that you have your knees firmly placed. Okay, now place this and here, whenever you're ready. First part of the practice, bend your legs and point your toes as sharp as possible. Make your pelvis flat. Number 1 rule, okay? You do not want to do like this. You can't go so high. So you want to make sure the pelvis is down, flat. Okay, let's start. Inhale, lift the face and chest up. Exhale, pick yourself up. Now, shrug your shoulders up nicely and just keep lifting yourself fully up. See how far close you can get to your toes. 6th breath. And push yourself back and stretch your back into the child's pose. Just come back up and sit. Now, while you do the previous position, some of you might feel kind of cramp in your foot. Maybe some of you felt cramps in your hamstring, and it is normal, okay? Because the muscles are too long and they need to be toned. So as you start to get those muscles toned, I'm not saying tight, I'm saying toned. They need to have a proper flexibility and elasticity in them. And that is built through these practices, okay? Stretching, contraction, stretching, contraction. So that is to help you out to get that deep back bend, because that's what you need when you do a scorpion pose. Number one part is the flexibility. Later, the balance and strength, you can build that up over time, okay? So with that, we're pretty much ready. Here is a drill. This I found the most effective technique, and I think you should all practice. It worked with me, it worked with many of the people that I have trained, okay? So you try. The drill is very simple. You put your legs crossed like this, hands by side. First, you should be able to lift your body up and down and stretch your legs in the front. Cross and lift up, down and stretch. Up, down, stretch, switch, up, down, and stretch. You do this every time you get tired in the posture. Now we are going to do the scorpion. We'll first try to get the legs up to the ceiling for Pincha Mayurasana, the feathered peacock pose. Okay, to do this, the technique is pretty simple. Okay, you could easily skip it and you don't have to do it, but you can also try. Okay, I'll give you simple options just in a minute after I show you the actual position. Okay, so place your thumbs like this. You cannot really fall in these positions, okay, because you're only going to lift as far as you can. You have to practice. It may take a year, maybe longer, but if you want to make it work, you have to practice this way. Okay, you can take support of the wall time to time, but don't make it a habit, okay? Let me show you. I press my thumbs down, and this is important because this builds the connection right into your chest. You will need the muscles in your chest in order to sustain your position. Let's try, okay? So first part is to create a couple of swings, moving forward and backward. Then when you want to lift your legs up, you inhale, hold the breath and swing your legs up. That is the number one rule. Hold the breath and swing because you're actually activating your diaphragm. Okay, let's try. Down. Yes, try again. So, repeating few times, moving forward, backward, and it will get better. Eventually, when you can see that, oh, I can go pretty high, all I need to do is just try to hold a bit tighter, a bit more, and just join my legs. Okay, let's see if we can do that today. So this is your Pincha Mayurasana, the feathered peacock pose. If you can come up here, then you can try to bend your legs at your knees. This is your scorpion. Look front more and more. And that's all it takes. To release, stretch your legs up and bring them back all the way. With the practice, you will only become better. So that is the technique that you do it. There are many other ways to go up into the position, and maybe I can teach you next time. But for now, let's try practice this for at least a week or two and see how you're getting better or not, okay? So let's try some simple options if you cannot do that. The simple option would be to simply do the same thing and just stay here. And just move forward, feel the pressure, and back. Again, move forward, feel the pressure, and release. So build up that strength, build up the pressure, the stamina into the area, into the parts of the body, especially the upper part. Okay? Then when you do a couple of times, let's do the drills. Cross, because we get tired, right? Everybody gets tired. So you get there, the muscles get tired. So you go up and down, legs up, switch, up, down, and stretch. One more time, quickly, up, down, and so repeat that a few times and then practice again if you can, okay? So after you practice this, spend some time to relax, and we need to now stretch these muscles back, okay? This will be the final set of positions. Okay, let's try. Lay down on your back with your legs just a little bit apart, hip distance. In the first position, called the shoulder stand, we're going to lift both legs up all the way to the ceiling. Support with your hands, or not is up to you, and then stay there in the posture, okay? Minimum 6 breaths. I'll show you the variations you could follow. Legs together, lift them up. Inhale, and then exhale. Just a tiny bit of push, and immediately reach your legs up to the ceiling. Let's hold the position. So if you can hold here, try holding here. But if you can, put your hands on the floor. It's okay to support. Take 6 breaths. Keep your back as straight as possible. Put your hands down and roll your spine, bone by bone, if you can. Lower your legs all the way and rest for a moment. Give it some time. Breathe in, breathe out. Try and quiet your mind again. Now, try the next position. To do the next position, in this position, your legs will go over your head, okay? So, to do that, bring your legs together. Hands by side of your body. Swing your legs all the way up. Make sure your shoulders are back and down, like this. Lift your legs up, and then swing them over. Tap or touch your toes down into your mat or to the floor. Hold here, just breathe. Roll your spine down with control. And return your legs all the way into the mat. That should create a real big stretch into your entire back, okay? Just stay there for a while and breathe for a few times while I show you the final position. In this position, we're going to split the legs. So I have to change my position just so that you can have a better look at it. My legs will go up and they will open out, okay? And then I'm going to catch my foot and try to press my heels into the floor. Let's take a look. Lift both your legs up, swing them over your head, and then open your legs wide. It's important that you start to check yourself whether you're straight or not. Okay? Now, in this position, as I mentioned to you, I'm going to catch my ankles and press my heels down into the floor. Make adjustments if you need to, and just put it down. Keep breathing. You should feel a good stretch in this area, into your hips, all this area. That's normal. To release, leave your hands up and just join your legs and roll your spine with control, nice and down. Making sure your legs go straight down on your mat. Separate your legs and your arms. Roll your head from side to side a couple of times. And now is the time that we relax our body, okay? So to relax, separate your legs, separate your arms, close your eyes. Notice the overall changes in your back, around this area, your neck, your shoulders. The practices are actually helpful to help you clean up your limbs into the upper thoracic area. Just let go and relax. Feel the effects of your practice in your body. Really appreciate your efforts you have made today to step onto your mat for your own practice. Feel happy, feel strong, feel in control. Let's come back to awareness. Let's bring your legs together. Pull your knees to your chest. And roll up and sit upright. How are you feeling? How do we go? Could you do all of the positions? Maybe not. That's okay, right? So it is very normal that you cannot do every single position or cannot do everything perfectly. But that's the idea. That's why in yoga they call it practice. They don't call it training. Because everything you do in yoga or you learn any of the postures, any of these, they are actually a practice which you have to constantly do it. Because I'll be very frank with you, all these positions are nothing more than building a skill. It is just a new skill that you're building over time. And to build a skill, you need to practice or you need to train. But training is not a right word for yoga. So we will always use as a practice. Your practice, and it's really yours. It's limited to you, and it's going to build a skill that you're looking for. Okay. Oh, along the way, while you're building the skills, along the way, you're actually improving your health, not just the physical, but mental, emotional, spiritual as well. Okay, so thank you once again for joining me, and I really look forward to your feedback and comments. Please don't stop. Keep giving me the feedback and comment. Any questions, anything you have, please let me know. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Namaste.